Hello guys and welcome back in this new video. Today we are going to backtest a new trading strategy but with AI. For today's video I will not use statistical analysis but I will try to improve it with AI. I will always give you the average success rate of the default strategy and telling you how you can improve it and the new average success rate after implementing AI. I'm not an expert about it, but I will try my best to improve the strategy with it. So let's not waste any time and let's talk about the strategy. The strategy is called the new best highest profiting strategy from Trade Pro. I took inspiration from his video and adapted it for my backtesting software in order to improve it with statistical analysis and AI. So let me show you the settings of the strategy that I decided to implement it. But before we start, I will always remember you that if you want to know more about my software, you want to backtest your strategy, or you want more info about it, write me at mail that I will in the description. I'm going to backtest this strategy on the BTC USD on the 15-minute time frame. So let's take a look at some of the trades that my software took. So let's see this for trade. So let's go on the chart. Okay, the trades are here. Let's start with this one. The strategy is pretty simple with my version. So in order to open a long position, first of all you have to put on your chart two indicators. The first one are two EMAs, so click here twice or choose this one. I'm using this one and select only the EMA 50 and the EMA 200, so only these two. And the second indicator you will need is a stochastic RSI. So you go here and you search stochastic RSI and it is this one. The settings are the default one. I didn't change them. Okay, in order to open a long position, you have to check for basically 3 or 4 things. I don't remember. Let me tell you what they are. So, first of all, you have to check that there is a cross in the stochastic in which the blue line goes above the red line. First of all. Then you have to check for a pullback on the EMA 50. The data can touch the EMA 200, but after it must closes above EMA 50, so it can go here, it can go there, but it must go here then after some candles. But I told my software to check for these rebounds. And then after you see that the first candle close above the EMA 50, you will not open immediately the position, because I decided to add a delayer to the software. So the signal is generated here, but you must place your order one candle after, so not here but on this candle, because I want to simulate a real life trade in which you may receive a signal, you cannot open it immediately. So now I'm telling my software I will have 15 minutes to evaluate the trade and decided if I want to open or not, basically. So the signal is generated, but the position is placed here. You have this order stay open for 4 candles. So this candle doesn't match the open price. This candle match. So the position will be opened here, and you will exit. You will set your take profit you will set your risk to reward ratio to 1:1, and your stop loss will be 2 times ATR, if I remember correctly. Let me see. No, sorry, it's 1.75 ATR. So if you don't know what is ATR, you go here, you search ATR, it gives you a value. You must put this value here, but before you put this value here, you must multiply it by 1.75, and the risk to reward ratio is 1:1. Okay, and as you can see, this trade was a success. Let's see this one. We can see the pullback. The signal is generated here, but I will open one candle after, and also there is the cross in the stochastic RSI. Then you set your stop loss to ATR multiplied by 1.75, risk to reward ratio 1 to 1, and in this case it was again a success. Let's see another long trade. Here, as you can see, cross on the stochastic, pull back on the EMA 50, and the signal is generated here, but you will open it here. And it was a success. I didn't mention that, but the open price is the close of the signal candle. So in this case was this close, in this case was this close, and in this case was this close. Okay, let's see a short one. In order to open a short trade, you have to check for a pullback on the EMA 50. In this case it happens, EMA 50 is below EMA 200. I didn't mention that, but it's clearly, you can clearly see that the EMA 50 must be above EMA 200. You can see the cross on the stochastic, the pullback on the EMA 50. You can open your short position, and as you can see, in this case it was a fail. ATR, the stop loss is always ATR multiplied by 1.75. And the open price is the last close in which the signal is generated. So this one here is not opened, here is opened. Okay, as you can see, these are some of the traits of the strategy that I decided to implement. For the purpose of the video, I will show you always all the code I wrote to backtest it. So here I'm checking for EMA 50 above EMA 200. It must be above EMA 50 above EMA 200 in the last 10 candles. All of them must respecting this condition. Here is the condition that the close must be lower than EMA 50 in at least one candle in the last 5. In this way, I'm telling my software to check for a rebounce, because the close must be below EMA 50 and then it must go above, and it must go above. I say that here, as you can see in the last candle, this condition must be respected. And here is the condition for the stochastic RSI crossover in the last 10 candles. Here are the setting of the order, open price, the close of the last candle, and stop loss price, close minus ATR multiplied by 1.75 of the last candle in which the signal is generated. Okay, you must keep a candle, but the position must be opened in 4 candles from the signal is generated. So the first one I will not open it, and then other 3 candles in order to open your position. Okay. Then we can see the sell code. It's pretty the same, but the conditions are the opposite. Okay, I think I showed you everything about the code, but now let's see the default result of this strategy. This strategy doesn't perform too bad or too good. It has an average success rate of 52%, that for a 1-to-1 it's enough to be profitable. And the number of trades, it's pretty high, not too high, but it's a good number. As you can see with the commissions, you would have lost all your money, but the commissions I applied are pretty high. They are 0.5%, the money risked for each trade. Maybe you have a broker with lower commissions, but I wanted to say that in order to you understand better how I calculate the commissions in this case. And yeah, it's not it was almost statistically profitable also, but yeah, it can be improved, and maybe with AI we can make something really good. So for this video I decided to change the topic, and also I will structurate it. So now I'm showing the result on the trained dataset, and now let's see the test dataset. That it will be the validation dataset in the AI. But don't worry, these are the last 30% of the data in my database, and here is the 70% data of my database, the most oldest and the most newest. Okay, and as you can see, it performs better on the test dataset. It's in the confidence interval we calculated before, so we are pretty sure the strategy is not overfitted, because it's like located here. the test average success rate, and yeah, doesn't perform too bad and too good. We can improve that. For today's video, and I will try to improve only the byte rates. Let's see first of all the average success rate in buying on the test dataset. As you can see, the average success rate on the test data on the test dataset is almost 53%. So with AI, we must have something better than 33. I will open anyway the sell position because they perform quite good, 53.86 there, and here it was like let me see, 52.60, and again buy is performs sell performs better than buy. Okay, for today's video I will use AI and I will improve only the buy orders. First of all, I downloaded all the trades and now I'm loading it. I'm loading the trades of the train dataset, so these trades, so they are 2000 and something. And as you can see, I loaded it here and I'm filtering to take into consideration only the buy orders. And then I'm loading the validation trades that will be the test dataset here. It is the test dataset, but now it's called validation dataset because now after I filtered also the validation dataset for only by trades, I will split the whole train dataset in train and test. So let me show you what I'm saying. So as you can see here, I'm splitting the X dataset, that is the DF train, data frame train. So I will split it also in two parts, the train and test. And here are the settings, I'm splitting them. And I decided to give to my AI the last 100 candles with high, low, close, open, EMA 20, EMA 50, EMA 200, and stochastic RSI. Okay, I splitted the data. Now, as you can see, we have the train, the test, and the validation. The validation is this one. Okay, here I'm reshaping the data because for today's video I will use a LSTM model. If you don't know what is LSTM, it's a long short-term memory. It's a type of artificial intelligence, and it is a model performs good with historical data. Okay, and as you can see, here are the settings of the model. If you want to take a look, it's pretty simple. It's not a too complex artificial intelligence because also the dataset it's not so big. So I think these are the best settings. I didn't mention that, but I also normalized the data. If you are curious, here how I normalized the data. Okay. But now let's talk about something interesting. Let's see how it performs. So let's run the model and let's see how it performs. So I will leave it runs 15 epochs and let's see how it will go. Okay, as we can see, we obtained an accuracy of 58% and on the validation dataset of 52.53, and on the test dataset and on the validation dataset of 53. Okay, what are these numbers? Are they the average success rate? No, this is the accuracy. Accuracy is not the average success rate. Basically, they are not the best numbers for an AI, but I'm experimenting with it. I'm not an expert on it, so I'm trying it and let's see what parameters performs better rather than others. So for today's video I trained this artificial intelligence, this model. So let's see how it performs on the validation dataset. So first of all, as you can see, we had an accuracy of 53.06, And now let's see the confusion matrix, because we are not interested so much in the accuracy but on the confusion matrix. What is the confusion matrix? Let me show you. So as you can see, the confusion matrix tell us what. As you can see, we have on the x-axis the prediction, and on the y-axis the true value. So 0 stands for open the position, 1 for not open the position. If you don't want to open the position, it's because you think it will be a fail. If you want to open a position, so 0, you think the artificial intelligence thinks that it will be a success. And as you can see, we are interested on opening the position, not non-opening the position. We want to open the position, and let's see that the true result is 0, so it will be a success. So here I'm saying open the position because I think it's a success, and it will be a success. But here it says it will not be a success. So what we are seeing now, we are seeing that the new average success rate, by only taking into consideration these two numbers and not this one, because if you know, we don't want to open the position, we will not open it, so we will not lose money, we are not interested in it. We can see that new average success rate in buy is 56.43. So we improved our average success rate, I think, of 3 or 4 points. Let's see how before was 53, so we improved it by like 3.5 percentile points. That's it's a good result. It's pretty good. So let's download this model, and also the scalar on which I normalized the data. So I have downloaded it, and automatically it will be connected to my strategy software. So as you can see here, I'm generating the input for the model. So this is my function. The code is here. It's a pretty the code I showed you here. So I'm only normalizing the data for each trade, and I will take into consideration only when the prediction is lower than 0.5. So if you take only into consideration the position lower than 0.5, you think it's a 0, so a success, and you want to open it. So now let's run again the strategy, and let's see how it performs. Or let's run again the strategy on the test dataset, and let's see the result, if we have improved it or not, because now we are not opening some buy positions, but new one will be open. So we have new data, new validation data on which we will see if this model works or not. I didn't mention that, but the validation dataset is not taken into consideration when you are training the dataset. The validation dataset is only taken into consideration here at the end. So basically, for now, the AI it's telling me that only by looking at the validation dataset, and it has not ever seen the validation dataset, it obtained 56.43. So that must be clear. So let's run again. It's time to run again the strategy, and let's see if we have really improved it or not. So let's run again. Okay, here are the final results. As you can see, almost 54%. Here was 53.35, and we are also taking into consideration sell orders. So let's see how the buy went. And as we can see, it's not 56%, but that's normal because new position were opening, and this new position didn't perform too good. And yeah, we made anyway a good improvement, because as you can see, we increased the average success rate of like 1 percentile points, more than 1 percentile points, and yeah, for a first result I'm pretty satisfied. Maybe I could say that my software only to take into consideration, only to block the software when the old position would have been opened. So what does it mean? If I had to open a position but the AI said no, don't open it but block the software until this position were closed, and by doing this way new orders would have not been opened. So in this way I would have had an higher average success rate, like the one we have seen before, 56.43. And yeah, maybe I could have tried it, but for the purpose of the video, what is important was this average success rate, and as we can see, the real average success rate is this one, because here, that must be clear, new position were opened, but this position could have been discarded if I have added this lock. But anyway, I think for this first try with AI, I'm pretty satisfied. Let me know you in the comments what do you think. But before ending the video, I want to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor. These are not financial advices, and trading is very dangerous. I'm not responsible of any use of this strategy, and yeah, pay attention, trading is very dangerous. If you enjoyed this content, I remind you to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and see you in a next video. Bye!